Which physique do you want? This or this? How about this or this? How about this or this? If you chose B each time, then you're on the right video, because A is the bodybuilder and B is this guy, and well, me. I've always thought bodybuilders look a bit over the top. Athletes, on the other hand, have that slim athletic body that just looks better. If you agree, let me show you exactly how you can look like an athlete rather than a bulky gym bro. Let's get into it. So what's the first thing you realize when you look at a bodybuilder or a gym bro who spent his whole life training in the gym? What is their favorite muscle group that is overdeveloped? It is the chest. They have this huge protruding man boob bulked up chest which just doesn't look that natural. I don't even think it looks that good. On the other hand, when you look at athletes, they don't have a huge chest. They've got sometimes a quite developed one, but you'll see more of the muscle packed on in the shoulder. So how do you get that body? First of all, don't be spamming flat bench press, which a lot of bodybuilders just love to do. Sets and sets, doing cable crossovers, dumbbell flies, pumping as much blood into the chest so that they can develop that man boob. Don't be doing that. Instead, at best, what do? You focus on the shoulders. You do overhead press, dumbbell shoulder press. This is actually how you look like an athlete and make your physique pop even more, because it's the shoulders that really stand out when you take your shirt off, and it's what gives you that width in the upper half of your upper body. And this is why when you see athletes training in the gym, a lot of them won't be doing flat bench press. They'll be doing at least inclines, or more often push press or overhead press. Next, what's the next thing you see overdeveloped in just about every gym bro slash bodybuilder that in my opinion just doesn't look that good? It's that classic upside down triangle V taper that they've obsessed about for too long, so it's a bit too exaggerated, so it looks a bit like a Dorito chip, as they call it. And what is actually causing this is they've done too much lat pull downs and side lateral raises. This is probably two of the favorite exercises of the gym bro, of the bodybuilder, because it isolates the lats, it accentuates the V taper when you do the side lateral raises. Now, are they an effective exercise to build a V taper? Yes. But a lot of the time, if you spam them too much and you're just doing it too much, you get that Dorito chip action where from the side, you don't have the thickness and you just have this accentuated V taper. And I just don't think it looks that good. You do want a V taper, but not too exaggerated, because again, it just looks like you spent your whole life in the gym. So what do? You don't spam lat pull downs and lateral raises. You focus on compound exercises that hit the entire back, like weighted chin-ups, like chest supported rows, barbell rows, something like this. Instead of doing so many lateral raises, try to do more rear delt flies or open face pulls so that it opens up your posture, which is something that a lot of gym bros also lack. Next, now when you look at athletes, they actually have very muscly, powerful legs, but it's slim. It's not skinny. It's not too thick. It just is the right amount that balances their upper body. You want that proportionate look. Now compare that to a bodybuilder who spent his whole life doing squats and deadlifts, spamming leg extensions, so he has so much blood pumped into the legs, it just looks like a sausage packed into a casing, but a bit too much that it's about to explode. When they wear pants, they wear something tight to show off the legs, and it just doesn't look good. Don't be doing that or dressing like that. Instead, what you want is to focus on leg exercises that give you that VMO. Okay, so VMO is that part above the knee where like your quad and the other muscle kind of separates. If you have muscle around there and its definition around there, that's what's going to make your leg look muscly. It's also training that muscle that's going to protect your knee as well. You want to focus on exercises like Bulgarian split squats, Romanian deadlifts, maybe sissy squats, ATG split squats, Cossack squats, athletic single leg movements, instead of just going who can lift heavy, because then he's the most manly guy in the gym. Don't be signing up to this gym bro jargon. Instead, just go for single leg exercises, get strong on them, because in fact they translate much better to athletic performance like football, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is that you like to do. Now if you don't want to go through the trouble of designing the routine that's going to give you that athletic look, and you just want to follow a very simple minimalist system with no complicated gym bro jargon that builds you that athletic body, then grab Aesthetic Body Blueprint, because that's designed to give you that slim athletic physique. Next, you combine gym with sports. Now, if you look at athletes, whether it's Ronaldo, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Steph Curry, you actually look at them and they'll be doing their sport. That's their main thing. But they also do some gym training on the side. And the reason for this is, of course, it's to help with performance. But a lot of sports where you use a lot of calories, a lot of running, jiu-jitsu, for example, it can be catabolic. It can actually break down muscle tissue. So it's very smart if you want to preserve muscle and strength to combine the sports with gym. Now, as a guy who's probably training in the gym and you want to look like an athlete, you reverse engineer that. So you don't just do the gym, because then you become a gym bro. You combine that with a sport. In my case, I used to play a lot of soccer, football. Nowadays, I do jiu-jitsu. Now, when you start to combine those two things, you'll find a very, very interesting phenomenon, because what you miss out on the gym, you get in the sport, and what you miss out on the sport, you get in the gym. So for instance, in jiu-jitsu, you do get a lot of movements where your body is in very awkward positions, split squat positions, bent over positions, all kinds of positions. Using your body and building up strength and endurance in those positions is something that you don't get in the gym. Compared to that, when you're in jiu-jitsu, you can see all these skinny people who never build any muscle. They don't get any stronger and they just get crushed because they're not doing any strength-based training. Now, if you're a smart guy, you'll actually combine the two so that your gym training is informed by the sport and your sport training is aided by the gym. Next, the best athletes, they're lean, because in order to perform at the highest level, when you're carrying excess body fat, that's a loss of speed, that's a loss of reaction time, that's a loss of just about everything. So unless you're wrestling, doing sumo or some kind of thing where you want to be super heavy, in most sports, football, basketball, the coaches will literally tell them, dude, you're too heavy, lose the weight. And when the players gain a little bit of weight, you can literally see their performance drop. From an aesthetic point of view, you want to get leaner, you want to drop that body fat so the VMOs, the legs, start looking much more muscly. UFC athletes, they look pretty phenomenal, because a lot of bodybuilders, they go through these cycles of bulking and cutting and bulking and cutting, and when they're bulking half the year, they look bloated and chubby, and then when they're cutting, they look overly lean. We don't want that. That's too much stress on your body anyway. Instead, what you want is just find a way to sustainably be lean the whole time. This is what I figured out how to do by designing my life, my diet system and my training system in a way that is sustainable. And that's actually, if you look at athletes, why they have that physique, because they practice that life of an athlete where they're always training. It's part of their life, it's easy to continue, and they have a diet that supports it. If that's what you want installed in your life and you don't want to go through the complication of designing this whole system by yourself, and you want me to guide you every step of the way, then you can actually apply for my coaching program called Aesthetic Body Accelerator. We're going to jump on a call, have a little chat about your goals, where you're stuck, and if it seems like a right fit, I'm going to invite you inside and build you that athletic body in the next 6 months to a year. So if you want that, you can find the link in the description below. Next, so I'm on a date with this girl and she goes, you have that look of a football player. And she was speaking about my body. Okay, it was in the summer. She was looking at my legs and she said, your legs look like you play football. And she didn't know at the time that I played football. She just looked at other football players and thought that's the kind of thing. And she actually said, I don't like it when the legs are too bloated and fat and like a bodybuilder. And a lot of women you talk to will say the same thing. They'll say that's actually not what they want. It's not that attractive. There's a certain look you develop from doing sports that are maybe what I would call tendony and ligamenty. Runners have this as well, where the back of their knee, you see those tendons, like the Achilles, the tibialis, like the front part of your leg. Maybe if you're a climber, your forearms. There's certain parts that just scream functionality and excellence in a sporting field or in some kind of functional capacity. And this is how you look like an athlete. Instead of having big chest, big arms, big legs, massive V-taper, where it looks like you just really spent your whole life in the gym, you want to have your X factor in other areas, like in the back of your knees, in your forearms. And it's this kind of tendony, stretchy look. Oh, it just looks better. It just looks like you got that from real life rather than just caring so much about how you look in the gym. Next, so how do you actually look functional? If you don't want to do the sport itself, how do you build that functional kind of look? And what I would say, one of the best ways to do that is to focus on relative strength rather than brute absolute strength. You see, most bodybuilders and gym bros, they'll just go all out on how much weight they can do on the bar. But if you see gymnasts, a lot of athletes, they'll be doing a lot of bodyweight exercises and weighted bodyweight exercises like weighted chin-ups, dips. You want to focus on exercises that incorporate your body weight and then make them weighted if you can, so that you build strength and relative strength at the same time. That's how you train like an athlete, as opposed to just packing on as much weight as possible. Next, when an athlete looks good, it's a byproduct of his excellence in his sporting career. He's good at something else and his body is just like, yeah, it's just like a low-key side thing that also just happens to look good because he's so good at football or fighting or swimming or whatever. So it looks less try hard. And whenever it looks less try hard, whatever it is that you do, it's going to look better than if it looks good and you tried really hard, which innately as a bodybuilder, like as soon as you show up and you're like, boom, you have an amazing physique. Oh, I'm a bodybuilder. It's like, oh, great. Like you look great. But that's all you do. What does that mean in a practical sense? We all train. All right, we all train, we want to look good, we want to look healthy. I mean, I'm here making fitness videos. I'm saying, look at my physique, you know, we're all the same. But what do? It just means you want to be aware of this. So when you're wearing clothes, you don't want to wear these super tight rash guard type like tank tops and clothes. I mean, if you're training in the gym, you can do this, but in daily life, always trying to show off how big your muscles are. This will actually make you look less good, your muscles less impressive, because you're always trying to show how big you are. What's actually more impressive is when you wear more loose fitting clothes, when you wear clothes that kinda sorta don't really show your body that much, that explicitly, and then when you take it off or when you move, there's certain glimpses and signs that you have a killer physique underneath. And this is exactly what you see when you look at athletes as well. Stop wearing clothes to show off your guns. Instead, keep it a little bit subtle and train like an athlete with all the ways that I said above. If you want to do that whole process with me, guiding you every step of the way, like I say, you can apply for my coaching program below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're a gym bro with massive chest and big legs, I'm not sorry that I offended you, because I'm pretty sure you're not watching this at this point. All right, see you next week. Bye-bye.